welcome back to my weird party that we're having tonight. That is including lots of technical issues. So Enshrouded still did not want to play. It did not want to load up or start. So we're gonna do some Dark Souls, and because I'm obsessed, so when in doubt, we'll play Dark Souls. I was in this area hoping out stacks the last time we played. I have already done this area, so I'm just gonna back. Hi there, Mint. How you doing tonight? Welcome in. Oh, I thought I was like at a different. That was such a waste of a bone. I thought that I was at a different fire. It's fine, totally fine. All right, I'm at the point I think that I need to go take on the Kings. I didn't think that you were going to come back, so yay! My pal's back. I'm back. I did not know if I was going to or not. The tech was definitely being wonky. But yeah, Uncharted didn't want anything to do with it. But Dark Souls is a champ. Load it up. You're doing good, Mint. Glad to hear it. I am doing pretty good. Disappointed that Uncharted totally crashed itself out, but that's all right. We'll play one of the mainstay games because this game, I'm addicted. I'm absolutely obsessed. It beats me up and punishes me, and I just keep coming back for more. There's something wrong. There's definitely something wrong with me. It has such a good story. It has such a good world. I forgive it its sins because it does have sins, but I forgive it its sins because it has such a good world building and such good story like embedded into it. And I don't think that there's enough of that anymore in our media. Like a lot of books and games and movies now want to just give you fluff and eye candy, and they don't get into the meat and potatoes of what a story should be, in my opinion. I want it to be complicated, damn it. I want there to be politics and layers, and I'm going the wrong way. I already killed that dragon. We're here to kill kings. This is like the part of the game that always gives me the most fuck too. There's something about New Londo that just me and New Londo don't get along so good. So I gotta get through all these ghosties, and I gotta kill the kings. Love this for me. All right, let's get myself cursed so I can hurt the ghosties. Because you have to have a curse on you or you cannot harm ghosts. And that's problematic if you're in this area because there's a lot of ghosties. Oh, dumbass. I've been playing Enshrouded and I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I was doing that in Enshrouded because I've been playing Dark Souls, and now I come to Dark Souls and I'm hitting Enshrouded buttons. That about figures. That'll get me killed really quickly in this game. Cannot afford that shit at all. And the worst part is that it's only like a few key buttons, you know, like the attack button, that's different. All right, so I have the elevator already. I don't know how far in I've gone in this particular game. I don't remember. It was a while ago. Come on out here, Knight. Let's play out here. Wah! They call it a backstab, but I'm telling you, animation-wise, it looks like a booty stab. Sword nipple. Bum, 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 bum. Watch a show called Arcane, and I have many others that dig into the uncomfortable. Oh, I'm not saying that they aren't there. I'm just saying that there's a trend happening, and you have to be more selective. And I think TV shows have more room, and because of that, are more likely to build a bigger story than movies. Movies are afraid to go past 2 hours, at least in America, and because of that, often rush through stories. So they don't have time to get me emotionally invested in what's happening, and then they're going right to the high stakes event, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit if he dies. I don't know this dude. I just met him. You haven't given me a reason to give a shit about him yet. Woo! Oh shit, I'm screwed. And I think that's part of why I like anime as a genre, is because they tend to focus more on character driven stories that tend to be more focused on character development, which inherently means that you are going to have more reason to invest in the characters. The plot tends to be secondary to character development in most anime. Not all anime, but in most anime. And I think that's why, as a genre, I like it much more than a lot, as a genre, than more of the other types of film that's out there. But I mean, I used to really like movies, but then they just, I don't know, at some point started disappointing me. I would go in and I would be like, okay, sure, it looked cool, but but it didn't, sure, I saw cool special effects and explosions and sexy people on the screen and good gore and violence or whatever, like all plenty to gawk at, but like there wasn't any substance. And I don't know if it's just nostalgia and like inherently happens when you get older and you just like what you know grew up with more, but I'm telling you, man, there was something about there's something special about the movies in the 80s. And I think some of it was because they didn't have special effects, so they had to work for it. Everything was these practical effects, and they had to really tell you a story. Like, if you look at The Thing, it was about the characters that found the thing. It was about paranoia and distrust. It was about the way that people create and break communities more than it was about the monster in the movie. And I think that's what made it so good and why the remake fell so short. And I feel like there's so many other movies. I mean, my favorite movie of all time is, the original, Alien, which of course was in 79, so not technically an 80s movie. And Hellraiser, it was another really good one. I mean, even Labyrinth and, God, there's just so many. But they all focused on telling you a story. They had characters, they had plot, they had something to say. It wasn't just, I'm going to show you this cool shit. And then you see movies like Avatar that had a shit ton of potential. Like, the amount of potential in this plot is mind boggling to me as to how empty this movie was. but sure, it looked fucking cool in its time. Like it was state of the art CGI. It looked fucking amazing. But it was empty. It had no substance, but it had so much potential to, right? Like it could have been emotionally and politically, it could have gone into so much fucking depth, and it just didn't. Because that would have required a longer movie. It also would have required them to spend money on those aspects of the film and take away from putting that money into the effects. I get that because they just redid The Crow and I will never watch the new one. I mean, I don't mind watching remakes, but I find that they're disappointing. I don't anticipate that The Crow will be as good as the original. I mean, and sometimes I ask, what are you remaking it for? Like, why was the thing even remade? What was it about the thing that wasn't done, that what lacked, right? Like, when I think about just retelling a story, I think about, like, what aspect of the story do you need to explore that the original didn't? And I don't think that remakes look at it that way. Like, if you're going to retell Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, you are going to be successful if you tell it in a way that it explores that story from a different angle, that tells us a different version of it, that looks at it from, what if Snow White's the bad guy? Or what if the dwarves are really the bad guy? Like, give it a twist, right? Like, look at it from a different perspective, ask a different question. But if you just tell the same story, exactly cookie cutter that's always been told, what's the point? If you're not exploring another aspect of the characters in the story. And I feel like that's why remakes fail so hard, at least American remakes, because again, I haven't watched a lot of foreign film. I can't really speak to them. Maybe they're doing it better elsewhere. But that's why I've kind of fallen out of love with going to the movies. Oh shit. God damn. I'm like getting my ass kicked and there's just no reason for it. I can play this game better than this. And I think that a lot of times they're just going to remakes because it's easy. Like, they know that you have nostalgia, they know that you loved this movie, and that you're going to go watch it just because it was something that you loved. And they're not going to make it their own. Now, I will say that the newest Hellraiser, they did a superb job, but they retold the story. They made it their own. Is it the perfect film? No, it's had some story element issues, but it was good. It did a good job at remembering that it needed to tell a new story. And it needed to look at the story and the character from another angle. And in this case, they decided to talk about the lament configuration and the implications of that and what it meant to not accept a gift from the Hellraisers and what that meant and how even choosing no gift meant suffering. And I think that that was an interesting thing for the film to look at because none of the other Hellraiser films explored this aspect of the box and the Hellraiser's dealings. The original Crow is perfect and didn't need that remake, but the remake of Snow and White, The Huntsman, was a good idea but badly executed. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree that that was an issue of bad execution. True. Absolutely. I think that there are times when they have good ideas and they just don't pull it off. Yeah. I can't say that when I gave that example that I was actually thinking about that specific movie. I was just giving an example of a common tale that's frequently retold because I think fairy tales easily fall into this trap that people are like, oh, I'll just tell this story again. And they don't like really understand that the reason that these tales are told over and over and over again is because there's so much meat and potato to take part in, and that every iteration of it is looking at a different aspect of the depth that these stories offer, not because they're just going to tell you the same story over and over again, but a little bit different story. And that's what made them powerful, and that's why they're enduring. Because they had that depth and that layer in order to allow them to be retold in so many ways. I mean, and I think that comes in general from the nature of oral storytelling that we've lost, because we don't tell stories that way anymore. Not really. I mean, we do in our casual lives when we talk about like stuff with our friends, when we say, hey, how was your weekend? And we like tell you about our weekend, right? But we don't generally get into it on like the bardic level where we try to entertain our friends with our storytelling. Like that's kind of a lost art these days. And I think that the closest thing we kind of have to that is the comedian. And I think that it's too bad, because I think that style of storytelling is something magical. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me a good book. I love me a good movie, but I think more than anything else, I love stories for the sake of stories themselves. Stories that are rich and layered, and that when you're done with the story, that's when the story actually begins. Like when there's so much story and there's so much to be offered in the story, that when you get to the end of it, it starts like generating this process of digestion and thinking and stewing, and that's when stories are at their finest. Maleficent and Wicked are great examples of stories retold right. Oh my god, Wicked is one of the best retellings ever. Maleficent is really good too, but Wicked, man, that holds a special place in my heart. It's so good. Hey there, it's a death dog. How you doing? I mean, I think that there's room for remakes, but I think that they need to be done with consideration and not just out of this corporate capitalistic, oh, well, nostalgia will make them buy it and therefore it's easy profit. Because they don't want to invest in storytellers. They don't want to invest in the process and expense of writing, thinking that you can just cut and paste and people will be okay with it. Well, I'm not. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not. I mean, like with the remake of The Thing, all they did was try to tell the exact same story, but with better graphics. Like, I didn't need The Thing to have better graphics. It was perfect without them. It was such a great story. I didn't care that it didn't have graphics. Like, to me, it's not the special effects that will make or break a movie. Or a gaming, oh shit, a game experience, or any of the rest of that. I've never gotten to the end of a story and said, you know, I could have loved this game or movie or whatever if it only had better effects. That's never happened. Man, Disney has gotten so bad at that. I agree. They just don't want to invest in like real storytelling. I'm sorry, Disney has gotten bad. They used to be good storytellers. They used to take a story and remake it as their own, but they don't now. They do a lot of regurgitation. They do a lot of stripping down. They do a lot of rinse and recycle. I mean, and they used to anyway. Like the very fact that Disney Princess is a thing is telling as to how they felt about storytelling. You know, that you could have this cookie cutter pattern that followed the same plot narratives and plot devices every time. Also, you guys need to watch Indian movies. Like Indian movies, like Indian from the country India. Whoever has Netflix or Prime Video. I can't say that I have watched movies from India. Are they good at storytelling? Like have they kept that element in their movies? I have been watching a lot of Korean film lately because I have found that personally I feel like they've done much better at storytelling than American film. Yeah, from the country. They're good as hell? Okay. Yeah, I've had really good luck with Korean films so far. And something that's really surprised me is how much I have been enjoying Korean romance. Because I've never been one to be into the romance genre, but I've always thought romance genre as from the American perspective, which is very, like, it's got a lot of shit that I just... There's a lot of problems with America's romance genre that I just... You got Dong Kai, which is based on true events. It's about illegal transportation to England. Also, you got Sanju. It talks about an actor based on true events. Okay. I get really frustrated with Disney because, like, Lion King remake was absolutely terrible. Yeah. And, like, why? Why remake it? Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. The only motivation in remaking it was to capitalize on the nostalgia effect. And that's what I feel is so frustrating. It wasn't because they were trying to tell it from a different character's perspective or augment something that hadn't been told well, or... You know what I mean? It's not like... It's not Dong Kai, it's Dong Ki. Oh, I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I can't even pronounce English, let alone another country's words. Language is hard. Alright, speaking of hard. This is a boss that's fuckery on me. So pardon me if I don't pay super much attention to chat for a bit. This boss sucks balls. Fuckery. Okay, I'm here. Get behind him. There's step one. Fuck my life. Heal. Shit, and I'm already on the second king. I'm so fucked. I'm pretty sure I just saw the second king arrive, and if that's the case, I am so screwed. Yep, he's right there. I'm so screwed. I'm in danger! Oh, fuck me. I did not roll. Okay, that hurt less than I thought it would. Okay, get healed. And you, sir, you need to die. Oh, third king's here. Fucking first king's down. Okay. Shit! And I'm getting embraced. I didn't ask for hugs! This is so bad. This is like one of my worst king runs ever. Oh, there I go. Toasty! Blah, blah, blah. She swore. Yeah, I swear all the time, dude. Nostalgia is a moneymaker and it sucks because since now that Disney has started to do this, other companies are now doing the same. Yeah. And it's starting to leak into TV shows. Yes, you can swear. Swear. This is an adult channel. There's a reason. There's a multitude of reasons that channel is marked as 18 plus, and the fuckery is part of it. The other part of it is because I do not have a good brain to mouth filter, and sometimes my adult humor comes out unexpectedly, and yeah, you have discovered swearing. I personally think that swears are just words, and the intention behind words I think matters more than the words themselves. And I also think there are worse words than the words that we traditionally consider swears. I think there are a lot of words that are much more harmful and much more insulting, and I think that there's language out there that's much more damaging than fuck, shit, damn, and ass. I mean, let's just be honest. But most importantly, are you nice to people? Exactly. Like, I think that that's like kind of what gets lost. I think a lot of times in the debate over whether or not swearing is proper. Yes, swears are so much more hurtful. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of slurs and derogatory language out there that is definitely much, much, much more harmful than if I were to drop the F word, you know, and be all like, fuck, when I like squash my foot. Like, you know, versus somebody using derogatory language when they're talking about a coworker. Like, that's much, much, much more damaging. And yet, it's not it's not the language that we choose to censor, and I personally have issue with that. I don't think that that's how we should be looking at our language use, and I don't think that we should be focusing so much on the swears and as we should be focusing on the language that is demeaning and disrespectful and intentionally derogatory. I meant that the other way around. I'm sorry. I know what you meant. I'm with you. I was picking up what you putting down. Because society does. They like get on these hills and they die on them. And they want every issue to be black and white when life is fucking nuance, right? Like, they want it to be this thing is good, this thing is bad, this is always, this is never. And life, oh, god damn these ghosts. Life doesn't work that way. Life is nuance. And I'm very tired of the social conversations being conversations that completely and utterly lack the nuance that's necessary to have meaningful conversations about topics. It's annoying. Oh, there aren't any mods on tonight. It's just me. So most shit is like just sitting in the queue forever. If it's sitting there, it's probably just gonna sit there for a while. That's just me tonight. My mods have all turned into pumpkins. They're doing this crazy thing called sleeping. I mean, you can request. I can't promise anything. The gatekeeping on topics are insane. Yeah, I think that when we try to like make certain things off the table for discussion, it's always bad because I think that we forget that the first step to solving issues is to talk about them and have a good honest discourse is how we get to resolutions. That's American. I mean, you're not wrong. Can I react to movie trailers? I don't tend to do react content. I have I have I think React content is problematic. So I choose not to. Because either it is using something that is copyright, or it's using something that by people viewing your reaction to it, they've already seen the content, so they're not going to watch the original content, and you're kind of pulling away from the viewer base that would be watching that original content. In my mind, it's the same as banning books. I agree. I don't think that discourse should be nerfed. I don't think topics should be nerfed. No, it's just for 10 minutes. What, the trailer? I don't think that it matters what length the material is. I think that reaction content is problematic. Whoa, backstab. All right, let's not die. We can do this. Oh, and I forgot to plump, so I still can't use Beatrice. That's what sucks. I forgot to unhollow. Whoa. Stabby stab. That is not the direction I need to go. I need to go the other way. Whoa. May I ask your majesty for her age? I'm 43? 43? I think I'm 43. It's not a secret. I'm just not good at remembering. Ah, shit. I must be not cursed. Yep. There's a lot of weird personal information that I, like, do not keep on file. Like, in my head. Oh, shit. There we go. And I forgot my age also, so I don't blame you. I am so bad about it. I don't know why, but I legit go, I don't know, I'm somewhere in my 40s and legit have no fucking idea why my brain cannot remember. But it never does. It just never does. You're young as fuck. Nothing wrong with being young. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being any particular age. I will say that the older that I have gotten, the more comfortable in my skin I have gotten, and the less fucks I have given about, like, what society or other people think about what I am doing with my own life. I just, yeah. Am I married? Yes, I am married to Miss Roch. He's my other half. Crazy. Him and I have been together most of our lives. It feels like forever. 25 years. Which is really weird. I remember that number right off. Ask me how old I am. I'm like, I don't know. Asshole. God, I would like it if you would stop doing that. Oh, shit. God damn. I think I just saw the second king. I am so in trouble. Yep. Other kings here. I am not killing this first king fast enough. God damn, and the third king is already... Maybe I'm just noticing him earlier. I don't know, because he didn't, like, right off attack me. He's making me feel stressed out. You need to die, sir. Can you fall over now? That'd be great. Okay, fabulous. Damn, that just hurts. And there isn't a, like, not being in it. And the other king, fourth king there is definitely engaged. That's a problem. Oh, shit, 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 shit! Kings always stress me out. I hate timed fights. I hate timed fights so much. Oh! Stop aggressively hugging! Okay, one king, one king. was so painful. I was so close to getting him. Ah. You're in your late 20s. I'm married to someone that is 7 years older than me, so I have 30-year-old energy in your 20s. You hurt my brain. All the parts in their 30s. How do you guys smat? What? Yeah, you definitely do not ask people that. And yes, our automod is aggressive. It's aggressive. Man, I was so close to having him. That's so. He was like 1, maybe 2 hits to being done. That is so frustrating. And I lost like the 200,000 souls. It wasn't quite 200. It was like 190 or some shit. Doesn't matter. I lost them. I lost my souls. I was really close. I think that Kings is one of the tough ones for me just because it is a timed boss, which automatically puts me in anxiety mode, which is not good for like fighting. 2 years. Thanks. Appreciate you being around. I know, it's crazy. Doesn't feel like I've been streaming for 2 years. In some ways, it feels like I've been doing this forever, and then in other ways, it feels like I just started yesterday. It's a weird dichotomy. Yeah, we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary. October. This boss fight makes me cringe every time. Yeah, this boss fight's like... Bleh! Oh, that's what happens when you have viral events. I don't think that people understand the nature of virality. A viral event is not the same as, like, fame. It's just not. And for me, the viral event came at a time that was absolutely impossible to launch into anything real. It came before I had content. It came before I had really any idea what I was doing. I mean, I went viral when I was streaming for a month. I hadn't started YouTube yet. I didn't have any YouTube videos posted. I wasn't on any other platforms. There was literally nothing for them to see when they showed up on my sites. I didn't get famous. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I went viral. And I think that I don't have any of that links, but it is down in my description. And I think that that's what's important to understand is that there's a big difference between having a viral event and being famous. They're not the same. A lot of people for a few days came and checked out my stream, and very few of them will have any idea who I am now. And nobody knows who I am if you were to randomly drop my name in conversation. I mean, I do not have any of the traits that would go with what you would call fame. And that's okay. I do not mind being in a position of streaming to small groups. It allows me to actually sit and talk to the people. Like if I were streaming to 1,000 people, there would be no way that we would be having these conversations. I might be able to respond to one or two comments here and there, but it wouldn't be conversations with people. Oh, very not the same. It's very hard to make it in fandom. It's also just nice to talk. Exactly. You went viral 2 years, and now, yes, I went viral 2 years ago. Yep. I went viral on Carve's TikTok. He shared my site, and it's sitting at like 26 million views or some shit right now. And I went even more stupidly viral on Reddit when it was shared over there. I mean, it was insane. It was absolutely fucking bonkers. Like people that had no interest in me were checking me out just because I was the thing for the moment. And following me because that was the thing to do for the moment. But none of them being horror fans, you know? How is that on my side? I think that, I talk about this quite a bit. I think that what people don't understand is that going viral has double edged swords. Um, I don't feel like it personally hurt me. Like my channel, my person, my personal growth. But it definitely has the potential to be very harmful. It didn't particularly help my growth either. Um, it did. Like, I don't have a huge channel and a huge brand because I went viral. That didn't happen. I did get affiliate out of it, which would not likely have happened had I not gone viral. So there's that. Like there were things that were positive for my channel that happened because I had the viral event. I personally don't regret it. I don't think that it was a bad thing or that it was harmful. But I also think that what people need to understand is that Carve doesn't share people's sites for them. He does it because his video went viral and it's good for his channel. Right? It was his video about me that went viral. And that spawned this huge pouring onto all of my platforms, and it exploded my social media all across all of my social media. And they that people that do those kinds of videos do those videos for their channel, right? They do it for their own personal growth because they want the viral video. And there's a formula for it, right? For creating this kind of sympathetic, oh, look at this poor little streamer who's got no viewers, and you pick people who have traits that people want to like. I have disability and I'm a nurse and I'm streaming to nobody, and he played those cards. And people are like, "Oh man, like that's not cool. We should go support her." So they did, and it was a nice heartwarming gesture to know that there was so many people out there that cared about nursing and cared about disability and wanted me to feel like I mattered. Like that was really cool. But at the same time, it can be really difficult when you get this huge amount of support and then 2 months later, nobody knows you exist. Nobody cares. Nobody's on your channel. Like, it's just back to normal. And you get this different sense of not mattering. And for me, like my ego is secure, and I don't invest my ego in my channel and the performance of my channel, so it didn't cause me injury. But if somebody is emotionally invested in their channel in a way that they take anxiety over whether or not their channel's doing well, all of those kinds of things, it can be soul crushing to go from having 6,000, like I had a stream that had 6,000 people, to like several months later being back at my like 6, right? Like you go, and it's different because now you're like, all these people saw me, but nobody stayed, and it's hard to not take that personally. It's hard to say that means that they didn't like me. Well, what it really means is that I was shared to the wrong audience, right? Like these people were TikTokers. These people were people who were not interested in analytical horror. These were people who didn't want to have complicated analytical discourse, which is what we do here. And they came to my channel and they were like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why am I here? Why are we talking about this shit? Why are we so intense? And it's because my brain can't not be intense, right? So, like, the reason that they didn't stay isn't because I'm a bad person, but because I'm not the right content for them, and I should never have been put in front of them to begin with. So of course the majority of the people left is because I'm a really niche topic. I mean, horror's niche, analytical is niche, you know, it's viral stuff is messy, and I think that it's even more messy when someone goes viral for you. And I have a lot of really mixed feelings about the experience, and it's difficult to talk about because I don't want anybody to think that I'm angry at Carve, because I'm not, and I don't want anybody to think that I have like any animosity towards his channel, because I don't. But I think that, like everything, it's a nuanced topic and it's not black and white, and I don't think that it's just a all white charitable thing to do, and it can be very damaging, especially for people who are already struggling with depression and already struggling with ego issues, and then they have their channel explode and crash. It can be very, very damaging. I followed you from all of that. To be honest, I will be honest, I never interacted with you until now, and I'm happy that I did today. But yeah, I agree that it's hard. Also, if it did continue, you wouldn't have had the means to keep up with the comments and other issues with tech. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't ready, right? Like I wasn't ready for a big audience. Like I thought, and it was a really hard learning curve because I started streaming and this viral event came a month into my streaming. And I thought, I'm going to have a long time to stream to nobody, right? Like, that's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to have like a good year that you stream to no one, that nobody knows you exist, nobody pays attention to you, and you stream to no one. And that sounds like a terrible thing, but it's not. It's great because streaming to no one gives you time to figure out how the technology uses, what your voice is going to be like. It gets you used to having this microphone in your face and now the camera on. It gives you a chance to like figure out where your overlays should be and how to edit your shit, and it helps you figure, gives you time to learn before it really matters, before anybody's paying attention, right? Before there's pressure. And on the one hand, I didn't have that luxury. Like I didn't have that learning curve. On the other hand, my ADHD brain fire when just totally turns on fire and thrives under high pressure environments. So by being put in this cauldron of high intensity, lots of people are looking, the pressure's on, really did put me in an environment where I learned very well, very quickly, and I think that it was good for me as an individual. Like I did okay under that, but not everyone's going to do well when that level of pressure gets put on. So I feel like there should be a degree of care and responsibility to the people who are making other people go viral. Like if I'm putting something out there and it makes me go viral, that's on me. But if somebody else puts me out there and it makes me go viral, then they should be doing it with care. They should be asking if it's okay to share your stuff. They should be ready to support you through the process. They should be capable of supporting you through the process. Like I feel like there should be more to it than just, well, I got this viral video out of the deal and it's good for my channel and good luck to you, little dude who now has to deal with it. And I think the most difficult part of it for me personally has been the legacy of this event. And that's, here we are 2 years later, and I still have people coming to my channel wanting me to sing happy birthday. Like, and it's weird and it's awkward and it's a conversation I get so tired of having. Because that's not what my channel's about. I mean, yes, I do a lot of singing, but so I don't know. There you go. There's my like vomit about virility and fame. I will say, if nothing else, it has been a very bizarre, wild 2-year ride that I never expected to go on. Like, when I started streaming, I expected to be in the dark ass corner of the internet where nobody would know I ever existed. I thought at most I would have 2 people who I could hang out with on the internet and talk about weird, esoteric, random niche topics. And that was it. That's all I ever wanted from this, was to have a few other nerds who really liked horror and who really liked talking about things deeply. And I've never had that in my life personally. And I felt like the internet is a great place to meet people. And there are billions of people on the planet. There has to be other people out there who like to analyze everything and who love horror and who love stories and who love talking about things and looking at the world with a critical, complex eye. Like, they exist. Like, I am not that unique of a unicorn. Like, I know this about humanity. So the hope was to find a handful of them so that we could have days that we hung out, played video games, and talked about shit in meaningful ways. And that's it. That's all that I ever like wanted from this channel. And it's just become so weird and complicated and bizarre. You love horror? I love horror. It's the best. I like horror because it has so much more potential than any other genre, in my opinion, to go into super depth. I think the next genre that comes close is sci-fi. But I think that horror asks us to consider our humanity in a way that no other genre can. Yes, totally. I mean, and I'm like that nerd. This is why I do not like going to the theater. Like, I am the worst person. Like, people are like, "Are you gonna go see such and such?" No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait until it comes out on some platform that I can watch at home in my own goddamn living room or on my own computer, so that I ain't gonna be bothering nobody else because I can't keep my goddamn mouth shut. So something happens in the movie and I gotta stop and I go, well, what do you think? Do you think so-and-so is the bad guy? Do you think that this is the cause of it? Do you think it's a virus? Do you think blah, 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 blah. I gotta like analyze and pick at everything right from the beginning. Like, this is just how I am with the stories. I can't just. And poor Miss Raj, he's just like so patient. He just pauses the movie and we talk and then he pushes play and then we carry on. It was his soul. I will be reading a book that he has not read. I'll be like, oh my god, you will not believe what this character just did. And bless this patient man's heart, he will sit there and listen to me rant angrily about a person that does not exist. It's insanity. But this is why I can't go to theaters. I would be that asshole that would be talking the whole goddamn time. And ain't nobody want to be listening to somebody talk about philosophy and other movies and random ass shit they think about when they're watching a movie in the theater. Like they don't want that. And I know I can't behave properly, so I just stay home. Every now and again, there's like a little theater here in our area that if you go to a matinee performance, there's like nobody there. And Miss Rich and I have gone, and it's just been the two of us in the theater, and that is so cool because you get the theater experience, and I don't have to feel guilty that I'm like bothering anybody. And I'm not gonna lie, my favorite part about going to the theater is the fucking popcorn. It's so amazing. I mean, I don't need it to be a big TV. I don't need it to be like the sound or any of that. I just it goes back to I'm there for the story. The presentation is like secondary to me. Oh my god, I am sucking so bad tonight. Ah, oh, jeez. I am getting my ass kicked pre-Kings. All right, maybe I should murder somebody else instead of the Kings. Who else do I have to kill? I don't think I've killed any of the vessel bosses. So that's like Nito and who the fuck else? Because it's King, Nito. I'm drawing a complete blank to who I would have to murder Hobo. So gonna add, I do the same thing to my wife, and I absolutely love the Saw movies because of John. His logic on how to make people better by putting them into bad situations. I watched the first one and I thought it was kind of weird, and I don't know. I have a hard time with serial horror movies that it's basically the same thing over and over again. And Saw is like that. It's like the same story being retold. It's just now we're coming up with different traps for the people to get stuck into rather than telling another story. So I don't know. Saw is one that I had a hard time with. I felt like it felt like a contrived plot. It didn't feel as organic as it could. Now that being said, this is true of most horror movies, and you just have to like accept that horror plots are sketchy as fuck. So I'm not saying that this makes Saw bad because I mean horror I don't know what it is about horror plots and the way that we write horror stories, but we feel it almost feels like we've as an audience have in the context of horror given writers permission to not make sense, and we've just accepted some of the bizarrest tropes, like oh it's this crazy guy that's just like randomly killing people. It's fine. But he's crazy, so it makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Hey, fair, and I enjoyed it, and that's okay if you don't like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it. I felt like it was one that was middle ground for me. I felt it was one of the ones that could have done more and chose not to. And I feel like that's a lot of American film. Like, it had a lot of potential to really dig into questions about, like, humanity and morality and what kind of life is worth living and who gets to decide and and issues of justice, right? Like, but they don't talk about any of that. Instead, the focus of the movie is gratuitous gore and violence rather than like Seven. Seven was an absolute masterpiece. It shows you almost fucking nothing, and yet it's one of the most fucking horrific movies I have ever watched. It tells the actual story of horror, which is focusing on, you know, the actual theme of the story rather than the violence and the gore getting the stage, if that makes sense. I think Seven is one of the most brilliantly done horror films of all time. Because I think that they did a very good job of balancing telling the story and not showing you so much that it becomes just a bloodbath. Okay, here's a little tidbit. The movie, it was filmed by poor college kids. Huh, interesting. Have you seen the movie Dread? That's another one that I thought was a well done. Doesn't show you like that one. It doesn't show you anything, but oh my god, you're just sitting there going, "What the fuck?" Dread. I want to say yes, but I can't remember if I have. 3 college kids. There's a girl that has an extensive port wine stain birthmark on like a good portion of her body. 2 guys. They're psychology students and they're doing experiments and research on the emotion dread. And yeah, I won't say anything else because it would be. It's hard not to spoil things. You don't want to spoil it. Nope. I will watch that later. It's definitely worth a watch. I think that for me, psychological horror is the best type of horror. The horror that like doesn't really show or tell you much, but it like suggests a lot and then lets you sit with it. And I think that Clive Barker is the master of that. Not movies. His movies are, for the most part, by necessity, very graphic visual, and they become kind of gratuitous in their gore. But his books are just, oh my god. Hello there, Sean Shiny. How you doing? I agree. I like the mind fucks. Also, hello. I have watched As So Above, As So Below, and that movie was so good. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I also love alien horror, like alien, like sci-fi aliens, or Alien as in Xenomorph, the alien movie, which is like my favorite all time. The Xenomorph is the perfect balance of yeah, brilliant. Witchy movies too, like Suspiria with Dakota. I don't think I've seen that one. I'm beginning to feel like I might have done this area already because it's looking like the necromancers are already down. And if the necromancers are already down, that means I have done this area. The Xenomorph is beautiful, yeah. The Xenomorph is a brilliant, brilliant, like, fear generating machine. But again, the thing that made Alien so good is it's not about the alien. Right? Like when you think about the Alien movie, the amount of time that the xenomorph is actually on the screen is really little. Like, the movie isn't about the monster. The movie is about the way that humans behave, the way that we treat each other, the way that we make decisions, our morality, the way that we have values, and what makes us a monster, right? Like, and it's so good because it gets into questions like, what actions are okay in the face of survival? Like, do the ends justify the means if it means the difference between living and dying? And is the xenomorph the monster, or is the corporation the monster? I mean, if you read the books especially, the xenomorph isn't the actual bad guy in any of the books. It's the corporations, right? Like, it's humanity that's the bad guy. The ones that are trying to, like, use this creature to their own ends and are trying to, like, manipulate people into doing things that are dangerous. And yeah, I could have just gone right to the Two Giants. The scariest thing in that movie is that they want to take these eggs of these aliens. Right. Yeah, that the corporation wants to turn them into a weapon is the scariest part. Humanity is the scariest part in this, not the alien. Like, when we see this, our capacity for violence on each other and the way that we think about destruction and the augmentation of our capacity for violence being like our first option, right, is what's just mind-boggling. And again, they're thoughtful considerations of like what it means to be human and not just here's a monster. And I think those are the best stories, personally. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that I already did Nito. And then I'm just like coming here and didn't need to, and it's fine. I guess I'll just have a walk through the darkness because I can. This is the hard part, or one of the hard parts about like not playing a game over long stretches. You're just like, where am I at again? What have I been doing? Who have I murder hoboed? I don't even know. This happens to me all the time if I've put a video game down for a while and I come back to it. I'm just like, I don't know what I was doing. I didn't want that anyway. It's fine. I'm so bad at killing those things. I mean, I don't really need the building supplies, but you know, it's fine. It's a matter of principle, right? You gotta like squish the little bug when it comes up, because if you don't, it disappears. Alien Covenant is my favorite, and it's the ship and the robot that make it uncomfy for me. Yeah, David is good. David is so good. And I think that the actor that portrayed him did a really good job. Yeah, I already did Nito. Didn't I? Didn't I? Look, there's no Dark Lord here. It's so gross. I went all the way through the catacombs for nothing! Nothing, I tell you! Alright, so who do you have to get? You gotta get Kings, Nito. You gotta get the witch, and you gotta get Seath the dragon. So, if I go up to the Chamber of the Princess, I could go out towards, or just go out to Anne Orlando and go up across through to get to the library to get to Seath. All right. We're gonna not keep banging my head on the Four Kings. Because, man, the Kings. Kings! Like, you knew David was the bad guy even before the movie started with him playing the piano, right? But I think that what I like about David, and what I think makes some of the best bad guys, some of the most interesting villains, is that he's a sympathetic villain. Like, you can understand why it is he does what he's doing. Like, he makes sense. Like, he's not just this arbitrary, confusing, bad thing that you just, like, you can see the logic behind what he's doing, and you can, at some level, agree with why he feels that humanity is so awful, and why something better and different, why a cleansing force needs to be introduced into the universe, and why the engineers shouldn't be allowed to do what they do, right? Like, I like villains that, ugh, god damn it, asshole. I like villains that are complicated and sympathetic, but you still can't forgive them, right? Like, let's not make them so soft that you're like, oh yeah, he's not really bad. You know, we don't want him so sympathetic that we start cheering for the villain, right? We want him still to be clearly the bad guy, and we want to clearly see him fall, and we don't want to turn it the other way, but we want the ambiguity of morality to be able to shine through, right? Because the truth is that nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to be the bad guy. That's not how it happens. People do things believing that what they're doing is the right thing, and they might not like the thing that they're doing, but they believe that it's necessary for the outcome that they believe in. And I think that's what makes David so good, is that he's a representation of some of the best moral ambiguity that I've seen in literature or storytelling. I mean, in the case of the movie. I personally like the books as probably more than I like the movies, but you know, it's fine. I just feel like the movie can spend more time with the psychology of the characters than the I mean, the books can do it more than the movie can. And I think that's what I like the most about those stories. You're right. He's also trying to prove himself to his creator, right? Like, there's that emotional charge to it as well, right? Like, how many of us have been in a position where we felt like we needed to prove ourselves to our parent? That's such a relatable, like, position to be in. I've known plenty of people who've done questionable things because they thought it was something that someone they cared about would pay attention to them more or like them more or would make them look better in someone's eyes or whatever. The complexity of human relationships right there. Hey, look, guys, I got the thing, boy, best hat in the game right there. I didn't know that there was books, so now I will be reading those. Okay, so fair warning, when I say the books, there are books. Like 50? There's a lot. There's a lot of alien books. There's a lot. And they're written by a bunch of different authors, and they've been written as far back as the 80s. Like there are a lot of them. They're so good though. I mean, there's a handful of them that I think are just kind of meh, but there's a bunch of crossover ones too with the Predator series. So the Alien versus Predator books are really good too. There's I don't even know. I don't even know how many there are, but there's a bunch. There's a bunch. There's a lot of them. And there's comics and there's so many. Hey Spencer, how you doing? Like the Alien universe is so huge. I've been consuming the Alien universe for like I don't know, since I was like 12 and I first watched the first movie. I have like been a fan. There's like video games, there's the movies, there's comics, there's board games, there's video game. There's everything. There's everything Alien. There's even a role playing game. It's amazing. All of this stuff. I can't ever get enough of it. It's so good. No, my headset's low. Battery low. I love that it tells me though. It just like politely chirps in my ear that my battery is low. I need to like plug these in. Hey Spencer, how you doing tonight? I really didn't like the Predator Alien movies at all. No, the movies are hot garbage. I did not enjoy the movies that much. I mean, they had some, like, the one in the pyramid had some interesting fight dynamics, but that was it. The plot was terrible. But the books, the Alien versus Predator books are good. And get into some, like, really intense stuff. Like, there's the Armageddon series that talks a lot about, like, body modification and human identity and where the line is and the value of an individual versus the many and how much an individual should be expected to give up for the sake of the many. Lots of really interesting moral questions that get asked in that series. I mean, and it doesn't present us with any right or wrong answers, but I think that's part of what makes it good. Where it just asks questions and points out that it's complicated and there isn't a really strict black or white way to look at any of it. You know, like if somebody's implanted with an alien that's going to like burst out and start killing people, is it ethical to kill them before the alien comes out and kill the alien while it's still in there and little? Is that ethical? Is that okay? Is it okay to like murder this person? Is that the right thing to do? Or is it still murder? Alien 4 touches on that one a little bit. When you got the guy that they let stay with them until the chest burster pops out. But it doesn't, like, dive into it the way books can. You're learning so much. Oh, well, welcome to the ramblings. Hopefully it's a good thing. If not, well, then this might not be the right place because the rambling never stops. I don't think I'm capable. Alright, we got this crystal guy here. We're just gonna merry a go round. Two sword and board dancing right here, baby. Ah, shit, he parried me. Oh my god. I just suck tonight. I don't know, man. I swear I don't usually suck this bad at Dark Souls. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not good, but I'm not usually this bad. That's the story I'm telling myself, and I'm sticking to it, and you can prove nothing. The Duke's Archives, man, is... I don't know which... Like, everybody talks about the Duke's Archives being the worst, but I still think that the Four Kings, man... I think that it gets me more than the Archives, but the Archives are a pretty close second. In degree of, like, fuck you. The fuck factor. I think Seath is another bad guy that's super relatable. He was like not wanted and considered defective and kind of discarded by the dragons. And so he betrays them in an effort to, like, finally get everything that they had, only to find out that them dying made their scales useless. Like, their death, it was their essence, their life, that actually made the dragon's scales give the dragons their abilities. So he basically betrayed them in an effort to become what he could never be, only to find out that killing them made it so that he couldn't use the scales for what he wanted anyway. So he betrayed them for nothing. So now he's like the last true dragon and is wallowing in the fact that he killed everybody of his own kind to become something he will now never be. And I just feel like that's incredibly sad. To be so unwanted and unliked by your own kind that you hate yourself that much is pretty fucking awful. And I think that it's a good story about the way that violence fosters and leads to other violence. Like, because he was treated badly, it put him in a position where he didn't think anything of treating his own kind so poorly. They were just tools to him. He didn't have compassion because why should he care about people who treated him so awful? And I think that it's just an interesting demonstration, the story is of how such atrocities come out and how they unfold and how people can be shaped in such a way that they can do such terrible things. Yeah, it's sad. I think that his story is very sad. Again, not that you can forgive him, and I think that's part of why this is a good story, is because he's not forgivable. Like he engaged in genocide of his own people. That's not forgivable. But you can relate, like you can understand why he did it and the pain of wanting to belong and the pain of feeling ostracized and all of that is so relatable. Even if his ultimate sins are not forgivable. And then he just like continues to be a terrible creature and continues to do terrible things, like experimenting on living things in order to try to like restore the dragons in an effort to like undo his sin. And it's awful. Like he just kills hundreds of maidens in an effort to recreate his species. It's terrible. Like, the more you look at Seath's story, the worse it gets. It's just so bad. He's so awful. And yet, the more you look at his story, like, he's one of the best story villains I've encountered. He's so relatable. I'm like, of course he hated them. Of course he hates himself. Of course, he's angry. Like, who wouldn't be if you were treated this way? And he's such a bitch of a fight to add to all of that. It's just... And I think that he's one of those characters that they did... Oh, shit! I forgot he was a... I forgot I was a mimic! Ah! It startled me, too, when he grabbed me. And I was just talking and not paying attention, so I didn't even, like, look to see which direction its chain was or anything. I'm just like, do, 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 it's fine, everything's fine. It was not fine. Would like you guys to know, it was not fine. I got eaten by a fucking chest. And I didn't consent to it. That's right, I need to be unhollowed. So that means I need like 2 more. I mean, or 1 more. So I can do 2 to the... Hey, feed the fire, guys. I mean, I don't need to, but I want to, because I like having 20 Eustace. Estes, I don't know how to say it. I like having healing pots. Healing potions are good. And I like having a stack of 20. I think it's Estes. Whenever I say Eustace, I think of, like, the Cowardly Dog. That's just what my brain does. I love how my brain just like randomly connects shit. Like there's no rhyme to reason to it. It's just all free floating collision zones in there. You just don't know what's gonna smack into each other now. Shit just happens. And then it comes out of my face hole and you're all looking at me like, what the fuck just happened? What just came out of her face? And I'll be like, I don't know, it just happened. Asshole, can you stop shooting me? God damn, my nose itches. I will be happy when my histamine levels chill the fuck out, but I feel like they're just gonna be this way forever. Stop. Stop hitting me. Oh, did we not? I am killing him, and we didn't get a pendant. We must not have killed the golden golem. I mean, we don't have to go take on Manus and all that to beat the game, but... I do need to go into the Painted World in order to get one of the two pyromancies that I'm missing to get one of the achievements I don't have. Because there's an achievement to get all of the pyromancies on one character. And I'm missing 2. And one of them is in the Painted World. So, I do have the Peculiar Doll. Maybe I should go into the Painted World and get that. I don't remember where the other... I'll have to look it up again. Because I had to, like, look at a list and be like, which ones do I have? So... I need you to die and not shoot at me. That's what I need him to do. But he just doesn't. He just keeps existing. These channelers are just... blah, 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 blah. On the one hand, they're really not hard. And then on the other hand, they're a complete total pain in the balls. God damn it. Death by arrows. Keep on playing. Never give up. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed with this game, so I don't think there's any chance that I'm going to stop playing it. I will probably take breaks from now and again, like I do with every game, but this game is one that I'm obsessed with. I love, like... I really, really like ergodic games. I really like this storytelling style that allows you to discover, explore, and tell yourself the story. It gives you a relationship with the story that you can't get in a straightforward narrative. Like, the pieces that I have found and experienced in this story are going to determine the actual story that I have. So, like, the pieces that I found of Seath's story are going to dictate how I look at it and the order that you find them in. And all of that is going to shape the way that you view this character and the way that you experience this story. And it gives you a relationship with the characters in the story that you can't have in a direct narrative. So I really, really enjoy this style of storytelling, and I think some of my top favorite games engage in this style of storytelling, because you got like Scorn, Dark Souls 1, and Little Nightmares are all ergodic games. Like, they're all part of that storytelling style where they don't give you a direct narrative. It's all, you're given fragments, you're given suggestions, you're given references, you're given pieces to put together, and you're never given an answer as to what the actual story is. You get to decide for yourself. And I think that it creates a relationship with the story that you just can't get any other way. It also means that every player kind of has a different opinion on the story and the narrative and how the pieces fit together, which is always really interesting to hear how other people feel things work together. I think that's why I will never stop watching Dark Souls videos, because I'm always fascinated to see like how other people have interpreted the fragments and how they put together the story. And it's always something a little different than what I had put together. There's always some piece of it that's different than my interpretation. Right, wrong, doesn't matter. That's the cool part of ergodic stories, is that there isn't a right or wrong. I mean, every type of story is a relationship between the writer and the reader, and the writer will put a lot of stuff forward, but then the reader also brings things to the table that clouds and shapes the story. But there's some types of stories that really lean into this. I think horror is one of them. I think especially cosmic horror is one of them, and I think that ergodic storytelling is another, where you just let the story be what the reader needs it to be in that moment. I think poetry is another type of writing that has that element. God damn it, you should die! Instead, he's just gonna, like, be up there dancing and taunting me. God, these guys hit so hard. Because they have the crystal, but then they also have the channeler's buff. Oh, fuck. They got me. I guess I wasn't underneath the stair enough to not get hit. It's not going so good, guys. How about you guys? What's your favorite type of storytelling? Genre, writing style, medium? I think my favorite medium is actually video games for stories. I think playing the character can make it more personal than a lot of other mediums can make it. Oh, fuck. Speaking of being fucking personal. At this rate, I'm never gonna make it to New Game 7. This is only New Game 3, and I'm just like, I don't know, having a hard time. And it takes so many souls to get up any levels that it's just like, So there is a part of me that's like, maybe it's time that I give up the gear that I'm emotionally invested in and start thinking about like better strategy builds. But I'm just like, but my gear. Come on, this boar hat is the best hat in the game. It is so freaking cool. But I'm sure there's probably better armor buffs and shit out there on some other hat, but it wouldn't be a pig. The fact that I can run around with a pig head is just absolutely amazing. Yeah. Those damn archers! They're making me a pincushion. Come on over here, buddy. Let's dance. Do a little dance. Do a little jig. Let's go. It's party time. Apparently, I'm too wide. I don't fit there. I didn't think that I was particularly wide. I'm like the skinniest body type you could be, but I'm playing the Twiggly character. I have one that's chonky, but this is not it. Oh my Jesus, he just like one stab impaled me. Okay. Alright, let's keep my sanity. Apparently, Icarus and I are just not having it. So let's switch to May. I don't know that I'll do any better, but I can't do any worse, right? May is just starting New Game. I think she's like got a few, I don't know how far in, but she's on New Game. I'm not very far in with her, I don't think. I wish there was like a clear, distinct way to be like, this is where you are in the game. This is who you've killed. Like you could go into the thing and see a list of like who you've murdered. That would be nice. Like if there was like, these are your dead bosses. I need that. I need that in my game. I'm spitting on myself, guys. It's fine. I'm not sure where she's at. Let's take a look-see. I'm gonna take a tootle over and see if Sen's Fortress is open. That'll tell me a few things about bosses. You look at one place and it'll tell you like a couple things real quick. So, we'll go there, see what that says. I guess I could have sat down. I don't think that I can warp yet. I don't think I have the Lord Vessel with her yet. This is my Dex Faith character that I... Okay, so I do not have Sen's Fortress even open. Sure. Alright. Have we killed the gargoyle? Let's start with that. Oh, you followed me. No, I wasn't trying to do that. I thought I had my shield equipped. I didn't. I had my little, I don't know, hanky? It looks like a hanky to me. It's like this dainty little hanky. Ugh. I mean, clearly I've done some work here because the two guys preluding the gargoyle are dead. I didn't see the channeler anyway. Yeah, the channeler's dead. And that means that if the gargoyle is down, then I need to go do Quelaag. Okay, gargoyle is down. So let me just... Well, that's not the button I needed. That's fine. Let's just go back and we'll go do Quelaag. Because she would be the other one I would need in order to open Sen's Fortress, so... And I have the Master's Key, so I don't need to do the depths. I can just tootle right on through the Drake's Valley. Which is the faster way. I wasn't trying to, like, read messages. Oh, come on. Why you gotta put messages on top of the shit that I... Why it gotta be like that? You couldn't place down here and push the button. And now I'm coordinating and I can't push the button. Whoever you are out there that's putting messages where I got push the button, stop it. You're a troll. That's the worst kind of graffiti. Oh, I haven't even been over here. This means I haven't killed the dragon or anything. Valley of Drakes. Yeah, I was gonna say, I knew she hadn't done much yet. That means the undead dragon's chilling over there. Could go murder him. How about we go murder the undead Drake while we're here? You know, who doesn't want to do a mini boss? Yeah. All right, buddy. Wakey, wakey. So gross. You really should curb your drinking, man. All you do is wake up and barf. You got problems, bud. See if we can get at least like half of his life down before we have to go melee with him. I think will make my life easier. And, well, that's not the right one. It's fine. Ah, shit! Man, she can't take a hit at all. She's so squishy. I forget how squishy she is. She's so squishy, squishy, squishy. I'm used to playing my, like, strength-based characters who are all, like, armor and hit points and strength, and she's just not. Must dodge, duck, and weave. Must dodge, duck, and weave. It's fine. Everything's fine. I got this shit and stuff. And that is the lie that I am telling myself. I just switched from difficult scenario 1 to difficult scenario 2. I mean, it's not like this character is somehow going to be easier than playing Icarus. It was just, you know, time to change space. When you're getting frustrated, it's time to just do something different. And Icarus was starting to piss me off, so I needed to put him back on the shelf, and so I pulled out my shiny new little toy. And for whatever reason, just changing characters and playing a different style is enough to, like, keep me from getting annoyed and frustrated with the game. And I don't know the story of the undead dragon. I would be interested in seeing if there was lore about that buried somewhere. I have not seen it myself. Like, is he one of the original dragons? Because my understanding was that Seath was the last of the true dragons, and that the others are half dragons of some type or another. In which case, is the undead dragon, as we've dubbed him, is he like... How did he come to be? Is he one of Seath's experiments? Because God knows there's been plenty of those out there. I don't even know for sure what all magic barrier gives me armor for, but it's fine. God damn it. There's like a balance of like getting up there, doing some damage, and then kind of rolling away so he stays in poison, which doesn't hurt this character super lot. As long as I don't get the actual poison effect itself, I'm okay. But that physical swipe. Oh, God, I'm glad I dodged the second one. Oh, hit the wrong button. That doesn't help me any. Got him. A lot of just run in, run away, run in, run away. Woo woo. All right, now we can go take on Quelaag. Now that we have had that little side trip distraction. I suddenly was like, where the fuck am I going? I didn't think about where I was versus where I needed to be in this place. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't mind me. Let me, like, loot this soul. I think it's a soul. Yeah. I always forget it's there until I'm, like, coming back through, and then I see it, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a soul there. Want to get my souls? All of them. I want them all. Ouch. Oh yeah, it's all about the poop, baby. Sir, did you get the point? New Londo Ruins key. How exciting. A bug stuck on my shoe. I think their, like, floppy dead monster mechanics are just so wonky. They're crazy. I love them. And then the fact that they get stuck to you half the time is just ridiculous. Oh. I thought I missed. Woo! That was sketchy. Oh, what am I wearing? Let me take a look. Yeah, I can switch that to the rusted. Rusted brick. It makes this area way easier. It's not a must, but it's nice. Alright, do we... Yeah, let's go stop at the fire. Get Mildred. Whew! Yeah! And she'll be, like, right out here somewhere. She's right here in this beginning area. Pretty sure. And then that will give me an ally for the fight. There she is. I say, she's, like, right here. Right off. Come on, darling, let's play. Aw, really? You got a sliver left. Alright, then that will give me the option to be able to summon her when I go to the boss fight. And it's just nice to have that extra attention for the boss to be paying attention to someone other than just me. Alright, then let's... And a little moss snack. Woohoo! Alright, and then let's fight Quelaag! Come on, Mildred, let's go! Can I call you Millie? You like that? Great. Come on, Millie, let's go! Kill the spider! Kill the spider! Yes! This is still one of the best cutscenes of the game. Just get to look at her in all of her, like, horrific glory. And this stopping at the smile is such a nice touch. Oh my Jesus, she just like one blasted my ass away. Poof. I am so used to being able to shield through that. This character cannot shield through that. Okay. I mean, that or I just didn't get my shield up fast enough. That's entirely possible too. I might not have had my shield fully up. It wouldn't be the first time that I've been slow. Alright, I need to eat a little bit of the snack. Just have a little more snack. I guess I don't need to, but I feel like taking extra damage while at a boss fight just seems like a bad idea. Seems like a bad plan to me. I totally just charged in and took her on Icarus style. I'm not playing Icarus anymore. It's fine. I'm like, let's just shield and just. And I'm not. I should let her get up there and tank it, and I will stand back and lightning spears first. Wow, get my ass out of there. Let's start with just not fucking dying. Really? Oh my goodness, that hurts. Oh shit. No, it stayed too close. I need to find out where I get the greater lightning spear, because I would like to more lightning. And I don't know the answer. I don't know where I get that. But I know that there is a bigger version of it. And being able to bigger version, it would be nice. Need a mosh. Nom nom nom. Tasty little purple snack. Some of my problem is I'm so used to playing a character with a shield that even when I don't have a shield, I try to shield. Like, I have a shield! I want you guys to know that doesn't work. Like, me holding up my little snot rag is not a defense. I just, like, they come and they wave their sword at me and I'm like, snot rag! Snot rag! Snot rag! It doesn't help me any. I would just like you to know that. It has not, in any way, shape, or form, saved my ass. Where's my puddle? Okay. Okay, this comes to be the harder part of me having to get up there in order to smack her. Alright. Woo! Okay, I just have to be careful, pay more attention to what I'm doing. I think that's like always my problem. Just don't rush it. Take your time, pay attention. I feel like anytime I like start rushing, I get bitch slapped in this game. It's like no, you cannot rush it. Okay, okay. All right, now this will open the castle, the glorious castle. Well, it's a fortress technically, but you know it's fine. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know where I'm going. Don't mind me. Neat. Oh yeah, sure. I'm definitely gonna be her servant for a long time. I love her so much. I'm definitely not here just to murder her and take her soul. I will definitely be minding my manners, sir. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm definitely not here just to murder her and take her soul. That's definitely not what's happening. It'll be fine, sir.
Why, you monster!
What have I done? I killed her. That's what I did. I done took her soul. What you could do about it? I really don't have any on my bar. I have like all my stones on the bar. It's like Soapstone collection. Oh, I have like one homeward bone. I don't know why I'm looking at that. I have this spell. I have the spell. I'm playing May. I have a spell. I can just be like with magic. You know, I really should sit down and eat my souls and spend my souls and, you know, before I meet some kind of mishap. Not that I would ever meet any mishap, but, you know, just in case he's... Everybody should have a snack. Now and again. Ah, man, just die. You're so annoying. Okay, I do like that in Dark Souls 2, you can stay in the menu and just keep eating souls. Still the soul of Gwen. Not that I'm going to do a damn thing with that. And I'm at 7, so I'm just going to use her for the humanity. Okay, I think that's all my souls. Oh, I have to remember, like, where you... Because I'm going to try out Quelaag's weapon, fiery weapon, with this character. Vitality, strength, dex. I guess I'll go vitality some more. I could probably dump into some more into faith too. That would never hurt my stuff. My damage and stuff scales with it. I have a faith sword, so that's not a bad thing. I just don't see how, with this character and a faith sword, that there's going to be much of any weapon that would do more damage. But I'll play around and see. Because this one scales with both her dex and her faith, so... That feels like the best win for my weapon. Ooh, I almost yeeted my ass off the edge on that. But I need to, like, level up all of the different weapon types to max anyway for the achievements. So I'll probably just do the chaos weapon with her and max it all out and just see if it does better damage than the faith weapon. If it does, cool, I will use that. If not, whatever, I got the achievement. At least that is my thought on it. As it currently stands. Oh yes, there's my poop. They always have the poop. Oh, no good, no good. Oh, shit! I think it's fair to say that I did not time that properly at all. But these are good mobbies to fight for, so you can be better at bosses. Because they're not, like, super duper hard, but it's good to, like, get your skill set up with the littler guys. So then when it's time to do it with the big baddies, your skill set's better. That's my theory. I still desperately need to not suck at parrying, and it doesn't seem to matter how much I practice parrying. I just can't get the timing of it. Oh, looks like I already got it. I was like, there's somewhere over here that there's a loot, but no, that's an empty corpse. It means I already got it. That's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so that means that Sen's Fortress would be the next required thing to do. And also lots of peripheral optional things to do. I bet I have something to feed you. If nothing else, poop. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Great. We eat something now? Okay. I mean, most of these, like, extra swords and shit, they're not gonna be used. We can just get rid of them. Might as well get souls. Look at the different shields. Do I have 2 skulls? Skull lantern, skull lantern. I guess I don't need 2. But man, it makes me nervous. I'm like... That's Chester's coat. I really like Chester's coat. I'm probably not getting rid of it. That's not the one I'm wearing, right? Yeah, there's the one I'm wearing.
Well, chose.
Alrighty. Look at all that. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I got lots of 6s for my souls. It's perfect. That's not cursed at all. Everything's awesome. Everything's fine. Totally fine. Okay. Gee, and now that's open. Perfect. Just the way we wanted it. Have I killed you? No? Okay. So I need a titanite slab for the rest of my bow. I need slabs in general, it looks like. We could go kill Butterfly and all of that corner. Hydra, if we wanted to do any of the DLC, is a must. Woo! I'm a ninja. Ah, shit! Hi! Guess I'm just gonna rack up the deaths tonight. It's fine. It's totally fine. Well, yeah, it's a good thing nobody's keeping count. I'm easily at like, I don't know, 30. I don't know how many with this character versus the other one. It feels like I've died a lot tonight. Oh, come on, you're so close. Just fall over and die, sir. Thank you. Jeez. It's not healthy for me when I get impatient. Like, die, die. Die before I do. Die because I want you to. Ah, the broccoli. Killer broccoli. Killer broccoli. Okay, that's the way to the basin. Where do we... Let's just go right to the basin. It's fine. Yeah! Sorry, little lizard, you're cute and all, but... You have valuable guts! Give me your guts! I never remember where the frickin' thing is. I feel like I'm just... It's here somewhere. I think that's it. I think that's the... I think that's the hole I'm looking for, guys. Yes. I mean, clearly I've been here before. Ooh, that's not healthy for me. Alright, let's see. About Hydra. Did I kill Havel? I don't even know. I don't know what I've done with this character. It's so weird. I'm like, has this thing been done? I don't know. Let's go take a look, see if Havel's around. I mean, I know I have Havel's ring, but this is New Game Plus, so... Okay, the door is open, so Havel has died this time around. Because you can't open this unless Havel is dead. Okay. Ugh. Oh, shit. He was a little bit closer than I thought he was. Some of my stamina back. Get some of my life back. Minor details. Seemingly unimportant things. I'm not really sure what the best strategy for the Hydra is with this character. I don't know if I can hit it with my lightning. Oh, shit. It seems like if I could hit it with my lightning, unloading lightning first, and then engaging melee chase the heads down would be good. But ranged is kind of weird when it comes to the Hydra, so I don't know, like, I can't hit it with pyro. So I don't know if it's something that I can attack with the... with a lightning spear or not. Ah, shit. I did not get far enough break. Yeah, it's not good for my health at all. As evidenced by the shit health I now have. Oh, fuck my life. I dodged one and right into the other. I stopped playing this game 4 years ago because the multi-head dragon water in this area... Oh, man. The Hydra is a tough fight, for sure. And I think that the dick move in this is the hidden cliff in the water, for sure. I think that that's awful. I don't know how many times I have, like, lost this particular fight because I have fallen into that edge, and it sucks so bad. This is so annoying, because I just killed them all, and... and then, like, promptly died right after killing all of these golem, and it takes so forever to kill them. Oh my gosh, I jumped instead of rolling! Why is it all the same button, this game? Woo! This game hates me. Okay, this game hates everybody. This game is just like, fuck yeah. This game specializes in being an asshole. That's where it put all of its experience points when leveling up. I feel like every game has a little, like, asshole-y thing that it does here and there. But this game put all its points in its asshole. It's like, we're doubling down. All the asshole, all the way. Nothing else is needed if you have asshole. Oh my god, I just rolled right into it. That was awesome of me. Okay, quick, drink. Okay, so I can target it, but can I, like, hit him with the thing? Is that gonna be a viable strategy? I need to, like, get these guys toast. Oh, no! I got my back turned a little bit because I was locked on, and... All because I just don't want to go through killing the golems again. I'm so lazy. Like, well, I did that part already. Let me just do the good stuff. Like, why we always gotta keep repeating the crappy parts? Like, why? Because I suck. Because I suck, and I keep dying. So they keep making me repeat the crappy parts. That's the answer. If you don't want to do the crappy parts over and over again, don't suck. So I'm doomed. Oh, shit. Okay. No! That's the part of this boss fight that is a dick move. That is the dick move. Why you can't be like that, Dark Souls? Because I'm an asshole. Yeah, I know. I don't even know why I ask anymore. I know the truth. You hate us all. Okay, I'll just do this properly. Okay, got one more. Hydra about killed you for me. How nice. Maybe Hydra and I can be friends. Mm-hmm. We can go swimming in the ocean together and do synchronized swimming routines. It's great. We're gonna be best friends now. Because we killed golems together. Ah, shit. I never timed this right. Alright, so the thing about this is if I do the lightning, I have to, like, unequip my shield. I don't know that I like that. And I don't know that it's actually even hitting. That's the worst part. Hit the tree. That was helpful. That tree knows not to fuck with me now. No, no, no! I dabbed on the edge again! No! No, no, no! I had it like half dead too. That's so fucking awful. Yeah, and I don't feel like the lightning, it didn't put up any, like, damage points when it went in. So even though it, like, went in and hit its body, I don't know that it actually did any damage to it. I should, like, spend some humanity to get more heals here, too. Well, there goes those fucking souls in humanity that's over by the puddle. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't need that shit anyway. Poor unfortunate souls. It's sad, but true. They're gone from you. All of them forever just did the drink. Cause the Hydras a dink. I'm a bard. My talent is endless. Oh, I can't Kindle. Fuck. That's right. I haven't. Shit. Shit. I haven't murdered Pinwheel in this yet. Alright. 10 is as good as it gets without Pinwheel's murder. I mean, I could go kill Pinwheel. There is that option. Just so I can kindle bonfires more. Oh, more that one hit. That lightning hit. Aw, shit. Oh, gosh. Alright, it's like 5 in the morning. I think it's time for my ass to be done. I'm just gonna just live in that watery grave now. It's fine. The shame. The shame. Alright, guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope that you enjoyed the shenanigans that was Dark Souls. And if you were here before that and joined me for Uncharted, I hope that you enjoyed that as well. So my next stream is going to be on Tuesday. I am skipping on Monday. I'm going to be trying out a different stream schedule. We'll see. I don't know that it's going to be what I do. But for right now, I'm going to be doing Dark Souls 2 on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I will be doing the Minecraft Journey to the Master Fisherman. So if you'd like to join me for either of those cursed adventures, especially Dark Souls 2, that one's cursed. It's very cursed. Alright guys, until we can hang out again, you guys be sure to take care of yourselves. Bye now! Thanks for coming!